Hi guys, I'm Vivek Singhal from tradingwithvivek.com and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss what is the correct method of using RSI in trading. See, a lot of guys are using RSI, which is a relative strength index, and it is being widely used, but the results are not the same. Means these are not as good as it could have been. Why? Let's explore and let's understand what is the correct method of using RSI in trading. So first of all, we will have a different set of companies. We will have a watch list of companies. Those are great non-cyclical companies. So why great non-cyclical companies only to trade using RSI? Just because that these companies have very minimal downside risk, and because these are great in nature, because these are the great companies, and in nature we can say these are great companies because these are great companies and these are non-cyclical in nature. So how to identify these great companies those are non-cyclical in nature? I have already made a separate video for finding out that how to find these great companies. So the link of that video is available in the description below, and I have given that link at the end of the video also. So watch the video till the end so that you can understand each and every step. I'm going to tell you that what is the correct method. So number one, we need to have great companies only for trading using this RSI. Number two, we should trade only on the long side. We should not do a short sell. Why? Because we have chosen the great companies and great companies finally goes up. So if these companies are going down because of the market, because of the overall market or different reasons, so these companies also goes down with the market, but when the market stops falling, these are the first companies those start moving up immediately. So number one, great companies. Number two, we will trade only on the long side. We will not do any short sell. Number three, when to buy. We will buy these companies when RSI goes below 30 level and moves above 30 level. Okay, so first it will go below 30, and then when it moves above 30, we will take it on the closing basis on daily chart, not on intraday basis. Okay, and when it do close above 30, so next day in the morning we will initiate our trade, not on the same day. We will wait till the end whether the RSI is moving up above 30 level and it is staying there, and next day in the morning we will go long. So we will understand this with the help of a illustration also, but before moving ahead and having a look at the illustration, let's discuss next point. Was the next step. Next step is where to put the stop loss. We need to put the stop loss below the lowest level where RSI has been trading below 30 level. So if when the RSI goes below 30, it stayed there for a day or two or three or four 5 days, and it moves above 30. So during this 3 4 5 days period, whatever is the lowest level, we will take that a stop loss, and here again we will take the stop loss to hit on the closing basis on daily chart. So if during the intraday it breaches that stop loss level and moves above this stop loss, we will not consider this as a stop loss. We will wait for the day end. If the prices stays below this stop loss level at the end of the day, then next day in the morning we will cut the position. We will exit from the position at the loss, because this is the stop loss which we are talking about. We will understand again this thing also with the help of an illustration. So first thing we have discussed, this is a great company. Second thing, we will go only long and we will not make any short position. Number three, when to buy, we will buy only when RSI goes below 30 level and moves back above this 30 level. Number four, where to keep the stop loss, we will keep the stop loss at the lowest level during which RSI has been staying below 30 level. Number five, where to take the profit, when to exit from the stock when this is profitable. We will exit from the stock when RSI moves above 70 level and it's comes below 70 level again on the closing basis on daily chart. So if on 10th of a month the RSI goes above 70 and it stays there for 5, 7, 6 days, and on 16th or 17th of the month it comes below and close below on daily chart below 70 level, then on the next day in the morning we will exit from the stock and we will take the profit. So this is when to buy, where to place the stop loss, and where we need to exit from the trade when this is a profit giving trade. Next point comes the risk management. There are two parts we will discuss here in risk management. Number one, how much to invest in a trade, how much to use our trading capital. My understanding says that we should never invest more than 10% of our capital, overall capital. So if our total trading capital size is 50 lakh rupees, then in a given opportunity we should never we should never use more than 10%, which is 5 lakh rupees in a single trade. Why this is so? Because risk management is a very important point, and this is the key to success actually. Because it's easy to understand when to buy, where to place the stop loss, and where to exit, but to follow these rules with discipline is very difficult. Because sometimes what happens, a lot of media houses and other information we do have incite us to make a big trade in that. Like an example we can give, there are a lot of news nowadays in Reliance Industries. We should not think about that this is a great opportunity and here I'm going to make 30-40% in a week time, so let's play big and use 50% of our trading capital in a single stock. We should never do that mistake. Let's be disciplined, and with discipline we can have a long inning to play with. So not more than 10% in a stock, in a trading opportunity. Next comes, if our stop loss is more than 20% from the buying price according to this RSI level, we should never take that trade. Why this? Because I do not want and I do not suggest to keep more than 2% of your total capital on stake in a single trade. So if we restrict our stop loss till 20% on a single trade, then its overall impact on our total capital will be up to 20% only. How? So again, take an example where our trading capital is 50 lakh rupees, and because we are using only 10% in a single trade, so we will use 5 lakh rupees on this trade. And if this is stop loss is up to 20%, then and that get hit, then total loss would be only 1 lakh rupees on 5 lakh. 20% is 1 lakh, and this 1 lakh on the total capital, which is 50 lakh, will be only 2%. So at any given point of time in any trade, we will not lose more than 10% of the capital. So this is the discipline we need to have. This is the risk management we need to follow. So these are 6 things. Number one, I can repeat immediately. Number one, only great companies. Number two, only on the long side. Number three, when to buy. Number four, where to keep a stop loss. Number five, where to exit when this is profitable. And number six, the risk management. There are two parts in risk management. Number one, we need to use only 10% of our total capital in a single stock, in a single trade. And number two, we need to we should not take that trade where stop loss is more than 20% from a buying price. We need to leave that trade basically. So this is that part. Now let's have a look at the illustration where I can show you exactly on the chart where we need to place the order, where we need to go long, where we need to keep the stop loss, and where we should exit at a profit. So let's move and let's understand that also. Let's understand with the help of TCS chart where we need to buy according to RSI, and where we should keep the stop loss, and where we should exit the stock when this is giving us a profit. So recently, see here, this is the RSI. There are two levels. Above level is 70, and below this is level below 30. So when we were buying that, we should buy a stock when RSI goes down below 30. So this filled area is of area between 70 and 30, and the non-filled area, which is having white background, is below 30. And here above this white background, above this which is the white background, this is above 70 level. So this is easily identifiable. So here RSI went below 30 level. See, we can see here what is the RSI level every time. So it is running with the cursor. So here this was the 34 at this candle. This is the daily chart we are looking at, and it came down below 24, then 29, then 24. So RSI has gone below this 30 level. We will not go long till the time it does not go above this 30 level now. So here on this day it has gone above 30 level, and RSI is 39. So this is 20th March 20. So we will wait till the end of the day to let the window, to let the candle close at the day end, because we are taking all the decisions based on the closing of the day on daily chart. Okay, so where we need to buy, here the candle was closed at 1797.75, but we have to take the action next day in the morning, whatever the price is when it does open. It did open at this price 1619. It was a gap down, so it was in our favor automatically. So here we will buy at 1619, and where we need to keep a stop loss. So let's define here where we have bought it. We have bought it here. We will buy here at 1617, and where we should keep the stop loss. The stop loss should be during the lowest level during the period when RSI was below 30 level. So it was between this time and this time. So what is the lowest level? Lowest level is this. So if uh, this price close below this stop loss level, then we will exit the trade in loss. The stop loss will get hit. Otherwise, we will keep on holding this position on the long side, and we will wait till the time now this RSI level goes above 70 and comes down below 70 level. So let's see where it has done this. It has done this here. It went up above 70 level. Next day it traded at 73.54 level. Here we can see the RSI levels. So it went up on 6th July. It stayed there above 70 level, and on 8th July it came down below 70 level, and it was closing. RSI was at 65 level. So at this level, we will decide that next day in the morning we have to get out of the trade. So what is the price got open next day in the morning? Next day in the morning it opened at this level, which is 2228. So here this is a very simple trade, we can say. We bought on 23rd of March at 1615 level, and we get out of this trade on 9th July at 2228. So it's a good more than 30% return over a period of just 4 months. 23rd March and means April, May, June, and half of the July. So this is how we need to trade based on this. We can take another example again. If we go back, here, we can see the trade again. The RSI came below 30 level, and it went up on the next day. So and it closed above this. So what is the entry point? Our entry point would be this. Okay, and our entry point would be next day in the morning. So next day in the morning it opened at 2065. Okay, so where the stop loss we need to keep? Where we need to keep the stop loss if the price close below this lowest level during which the RSI stayed below 30 level. So what is that level? This is this line. Okay, so here we can see after going long, after making the long position, the price came down below this stop loss level, but it could not close below that. At the end of the day, it closed above this, so our stop loss did not get hit. And this is what I meant, because if during the day the stop loss level get breached, and we get out, so what happened? At the end of the day it gone up, it came back again, and unnecessarily the stop loss could have got hit. So if we always get out of a trade based on the day close, then we do manage our risk reward ratio in a better manner. We do skip intraday volatility, and after coming back it went up, and here when to exit the trade on 30th October, RSI was 71 and next day it was 72.5, and here on 1st November it came down to 60. So after going above 70 level it came down and closed here. So here we have decided that we will get out of the trade next day in the morning. So what is the price next day in the morning? This is this level. This is 2206. Okay, almost 2206. This one 2206. So we entered into the trade at 2067 and we get out of the trade at 2206. So again this is a good trade, almost I think almost this is 7% gain, and within a period of, means 4th of November we got out of the trade and we had entered on 25th of September. So almost in 40 days we got this 7% profit. So this is how we can use this RSI method very effectively. So what is important here, that we need to trade only great companies, because their downside risk get very minimal, and whenever because of any reason these companies get down, these companies go up again immediately whenever the fall stops. And the reasons are created in the market almost always, because big guys, those are heavily invested in these companies, anyhow they will take the stock price up. So this was for the day, and this is the correct method of using RSI in trading. And if we do use this method, I'm sure that we can make consistent money on trading. And the biggest benefit of this method is because we are taking all the decisions on the closing basis on daily charts, so we are not looking at the intraday levels. So guys, those are working corporates or they are busy in their own business during the day, they can also use this strategy to make a good gain consistently. And of course we I have already told you that we should only use blue chip companies, so risk is also minimized in that case. Also, every time whenever this RSI method is giving us a indication whether we need to buy or we need to sell, or the stop loss is being hit, we are taking every action next day in the morning. So this was for the day, and let's start a new journey by following these methods. I'm Vivek Singhal from tradingwithvivek.com. If you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe, and let's keep on watching, keep on reading, and so that we can improve our trading skills and we can make our life better. So have a great day, have a good day. Thank you very much.